Some breaking news now about the highly anticipated January 6th hearing. President Biden just spoke ahead of the first hearing tonight. NBC News Chief White House correspondent Kristen Welker is joining us now from her post. Kristen, what did we just hear from the president?
Well, President Biden felt as though it was necessary to respond to and to address the fact that these hearings are going to get underway tonight. He did not render a judgment on who was ultimately responsible for the January 6th attack against the Capitol. The president saying that there are a lot of questions. I'm not going to make a judgment on that. But I just want to know that we're going to probably be a lot of Americans who are going to be seeing this for the first time. Take a listen to what he had to say just moments ago while speaking at the Summit of the Americas.
Before it began, one of the things that's going to occupy my country tonight, I suspect, is the first open hearings on January the 6th. And as I said when it was occurring and subsequent, I think it was a clear, flagrant violation of the Constitution. I think these guys and women broke the law, tried to turn around the result of an election. And there's a lot of questions: who's responsible, who's involved. I'm not going to make a judgment on that, but I just want you to know that we're going to probably be, a lot of Americans are going to be seeing for the first time some of the detail that occurred.
So again, Aaron, President Biden making those statements at the Summit of America in Los Angeles while holding that bilateral discussion with Prime Minister Trudeau of Canada. And look, it's significant. We've been talking to officials here who say it is likely and expected that the president will catch some of the hearings tonight. Don't expect a minute-by-minute reaction from the White House, though. They really want the focus, at least from their part, to be on the summit that the president is attending. At the same time, taking a step back, Democrats and Republicans are going to be watching this hearing very closely to see what the new video holds, what, if anything, is learned in the new testimony, and will this impact Americans? If you think about this in the context of the fact that we are approaching critical midterm elections, Democrats are signaling that they may use these hearings to try to win over support, to try to remind voters that those Trump-backed candidates support someone who continues to, in their words, push a false election, that the narrative that the election was stolen, and who they argue is at the root of the attack on January 6th. On the other hand, you have Republicans who are saying, look, they want to keep the focus on things that polls show voters care about the most, like inflation and gas prices. So you have top figures in both parties paying very close attention to the proceedings that are about to get underway in just a few hours from now, Aaron.
All right, Kristen Welker for us at the White House today. Kristen, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.